Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mancillon. I'm called to speak about, continue to speak about spirituality. We're very in this portal of manifestation. This new moon is very, very powerful right now, and I'm going to discuss a few ideas. And right now, it's this powerful black moon is in Gemini. There is a separation of the timeline, the choice we make, but the power of manifestation is greatly increased during those 3 days in the now, here and now. So just there is a restructuration of all the Saturn is creating a restructuration of all all the structure of reality. It's completed a 29-year cycle through the zodiac, and it's just entered into the fire of Aries. Last time it was in 1996. It was a powerful shift and transformation. But right now, between the 26th and the 29th, there is this activation, the harmonization of the right and left brain, and to find the balance within our all kinds of activation within our DNA as well. And Jupiter is gonna, I think tomorrow is gonna come in conjunction with the Moon. And Jupiter is the power, is a great manifestation power of miracle and magic. And he will look at the manifestations that are coming are aligned with what the soul wants, and not to allow the ego mind interference. For Also on the 29th, in the coming, there's going to be a conjunction between the Sun and Mercury. Mercury is going to be behind the Sun, and it's going to give access to the information and energy from the great central Sun of our universe. So a lot of communication will be coming in. So Saturn is a very hard teacher. I had 2 returns of Saturn. It was really, really hard. But right now it's moved into Aquarius, and it's really breaking all kinds of old archonic blockages. And it's installing at the same time, installing new fifth dimensional activation. The source codes are activating within our DNA. Just take it as it comes. And thank you very much not to forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. I thank you very much for your likes. I thank you for your sharing, for your comments. It's really nice to see your impression, your feedbacks. I thank you for your donations, and if you want to talk about art or need a consultation, you can send me an email. For we all need to learn to grow and evolve. That's the eternal law. All beings and all things have to go through an experience that will provide them so that they can learn, grow, and evolve. Those who do not grow, or those who do not evolve, those who do not want to change, are relegated to a lower cycle of evolution. So it's important to accept to change. One of the great problems of the fake spirituality that we've been educated from in this matrix is to seek God outside of us under the domination of the ego, the priest or whatever. So it's like this, that it was completely fake spirituality. The real spirituality is to seek God within yourself, and that to allow the ego to be under domination of your soul, your heart, your inner light, your divinity. So it's very important to shift our energy towards that. I wanted to discuss the idea of the tree of life. The tree of life is the unity of all that is, as opposition to the tree of knowledge, that is the lower teachings of the good and bad, the dark and light, the separation, the two powers that creates all the suffering and all that. But in the tree of life, God is the trunk. It's like the trunk and the root. And then all the souls are branches, and we are a sub-branch. So we have to learn to draw on energy, to draw on all our energy from the source, from the trunk, from the root, from God, from the source. For it's all connected. It's like if a branch try to attack another branch, it will hurt the whole tree. If the branch soul try to heal, is doing a healing on another branch, he will heal the whole tree. It will serve the whole tree. So it is important to understand that the trees, they know that when the winter is here and there is no more leaves, that they're like, it's cold and it's dry, and it's like, so that the spring will come. So they just navigate through the process of the seasons, and the leaves are just like thoughts, desires, manifestation, beliefs. They will change with the season, and so just to understand, the soul remains, but who we truly are as an individual, a person, will change. Will change, but our thoughts and beliefs will change with time. So just it's good to be able to adapt. And so I also wanted to discuss the fact that if your mind sometimes doesn't work, call on to ask for your mind to be replaced by the Christ, the mind of the Christ or the mind of the Buddha. The Christ is the Christos Sophia that we're activating, and the stillness of the Buddha. Those are very important. They're friends. They're not object of worship. They're friends to assist you, to teach you, and consider the Christ your best friends even. And so to call on him and to call on him or on the Buddha. But it's very important. I see that in the Christian belief to stop worshiping the Christ. Worship his Father, your Father, my Father, your Father, our Father. Or worship the source. Worship he will guide you to that, and also to stop worshiping the suffering, this egregore of the dying Christ. It is to eat the body of the Christ and drink his blood. You're not a vampire cannibal. You don't need that. Just cultivate unconditional love and conditional forgiveness. There is some absurd beliefs and that humanity. That humanity is entertaining, or to believe that because he died on the cross there is no more sin, that people are no longer they can do anything they want, they're automatically forgiven. There is a law of cause and effect. We have to be responsible to balance out all the work of our creation with just as much of God that the Christ was. It's like Constantine what made it. It's just Christ was no longer a man, he's a God, and you're all sinners and below, and we're going to tell you what to do. Those were the Narconian program of enslavement. So it's just know that you're an extension of Source. And Christ came, just more importantly, he came to teach about love, to love one another, the kingdom of God, the unity with God, as well as the Buddha came to teach wisdom and illumination, to align with the truth. And so we don't need to seek to be spiritual. What we need is to be ourselves, to be sincere, to be truthful, to find those things. Even if people don't think something is spiritual, everything is spirit, is all inclusive. It's just tools for the evolution. The dark and the light, the high and the low, the pure and the impure are just tools. Yet there is a mystery, because God will allow so many things for the education purposes on this world. Sometimes He will allow souls to go through a great deal of sufferings, and we want to alleviate that and change the. Because all that come up in our consciousness, you got to realize, comes from God. What elevates us, but what brings us down is also come from God. To remember that. When you remember that, then whatever happened within your consciousness, you just realize that there is the presence of God, and then things are changing from that reality. Also, if you call on the source, if you call on your guides, if you call on the ascended master, if you call on the archangels, or you pray, just expect them to respond. Do not say, well, I'm going to pray, God is the one that ignores me when I pray. If you believe that, then you'll never get it. The spirit will wait. So just expect the answers to come to you, and to the communication to be made. The higher self, the collective higher self, is moving a lot closer now. So it's like you wouldn't be looking for me if you hadn't found me already. It's like if you're looking for God, it's because you found God. It's already there. It's not like so. It's very and so all that is like God proposed things in our consciousness that comes from different level, different beliefs, past, and then we react to it. So it's like, how do we react to it? Then there is a reaction from God, from the universe, onto our reaction, because there is a very sacred law of free will, that whatever we believe, that's what we make real. So it's like the spirit will always adapt, but even at some point, just allow yourself to be led and guided to follow whatever sometimes we're very in resistance, but right now there is all kinds of in the next few days, throughout this new moon, is bringing a lot of dissolution within the blockages of the ego. I recognize I have sometimes I'm fighting against certain things because I feel like it just doesn't work for me. And spirit is aware of spirit. God knows you better than you, and so you can trust Him. You can, like the Christ or the Buddha. Those beings are fully trustworthy. They will never judge you. They will always assist you, just as the old company of heaven is always there. They always see. They don't see. They don't see all the struggle or the. They always see our light, and they always know where we are at, and they all love us. So it's like to become aware of all that company of heaven, and the spirit realm is is one of the great. One of the main aspects of ascension, to become one within the one, and all the collective intelligence of the higher plane. It's not about moving to another planet or just changing location or just changing clothes or changing physicality. It's all about opening our consciousness to be conscious that there is all that is already there. It's just a slow process. Just take it one step at a time to integrate, to acclimate it yourself to those higher frequencies. There's all kinds of portals that are opening right now. It's an eternal dance that is always going on. Well, my friends, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull a few cards. The card of the day is community. We're part of the human community, which is all inclusive, but we're going to be forming enlightened communities to be able to cultivate higher egregores that will serve as a model and influence the world later on. But so there's like soul communities that will be forming. The higher wisdom is the gateway, and right now it's really a gateway. The next few days, it's an increased potential for manifestation, even if we're not, because Ascended Master has incredible, when you are very spiritually evolved, you have an incredible power of manifestation. But right now, everybody's got this power of manifestation. So, and there is separation of timeline in Gemini right now. It's like, so just make the positive choice in your consciousness and trust and focalize on abundance and prosperity and liberation. What we need to understand is the truth. So focalize on truth, because there is two truths. There is your truth, and there is the truth of God. The truth of God is an infinite reality. It's beyond anything that anybody can conceive, except God that knows that. But we all have our own truth that's made the sum of all our beliefs. That is growing and evolving. Whatever we think, we conceive, we accept. That's our truth, and the higher truth is revealed. It's a constant revelation from the heart. What we need to do is stillness. So just be still. Call on the Buddha to teach you about stillness, and stillness is really very, very, very powerful. It is really when we can maybe silent and still. This is when that's when we're able to connect on a higher level. And the outcome is standing still. So we're learning we are focalizing on stillness, and we're going to achieve that. And that 0 point, the 0 point because there is an increased power portal of manifestation and transmutation for all the 12 dimensions of our sub-universe right now. Not just us, all the dimensions are being transformed, and everybody's ascending through the process. So I hope you enjoyed this portal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. Thank you for your donations, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.